And when everyone thought the worst was over, the main parachute that should have slowed the failing capsule did not open. Komarov died due to injuries sustained from impact. So we discovered Komarov's body 1 hour after we started to clear the debris. At first, it was hard to distinguish where his head, arms, and legs were. Apparently, Komarov was killed when the craft hit the ground and the fire turned his body into small pieces.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I feel like...
Is that like that flat earther guy, the Mike? Mad Mike?
Mad Mike,
How far did
R.I.P.
he go in the ground?
Not far.
They just cover him up with a tombstone. He's
Well,
So-
here's his toenail. And he's
there's some
good.
hair, nose, elbow.
They poured some vodka on him.
Rest in peace,
The White Russian.
Last in
Comrade.
peace, comrade.
Comrade. So that was actually the first space flight fatality to
That
in
we know
existence.
of.
Yes, that we know of. The Soviets were notorious
But a lost
for,
cosmonaut.
for hiding things.
Yeah.
Were for covering up incidents that didn't even involve the space program. They could
happening now.
they could involve
Come out of China, the numbers.
yeah, China's. I'm sure we're notorious for it as well. So
No.
then you had
No,
Never.
Never.
We were very transparent.
No.
We're tremendous.
So now we have the Soyuz 11. So you
Great
have
nation.
Soyuz
The
1,
best
2, 3, all the way up to
greatest.
11. They keep it in order. So this one happened in 1971. At first, the return of Soyuz 11 went well, and there were no problems with parachutes. You guys have all heard about this one. So, however, when the rescue mission located the capsule after landing, there were no response from inside. When rescuers forced open the hatch, they found all three men motionless with dark blue patches on their faces and trails of blood from their nose and ears. Dabrowski was still warm. So the rescue team did CPR, but they were already dead. The autopsy showed that the cause of death was capsule decompression and consequent asphyxiation. And the tragedy was caused by a problem with a breathing ventilation valve that opened in the capsule at an altitude of 168 kilometers. Within seconds, the pressure in the descending capsule had been lost. The position of the bodies led investigators to conclude that until the very last moment, the men tried to stop the leak of oxygen from the capsule, but didn't have enough time. They actually did not have, so this was interesting too, they actually did not have spacesuits on because the program had deemed them unnecessary for flight because they were too heavy. After this incident, spacesuits were reintroduced back into the program. So they didn't actually give these astronauts spacesuits because they weren't going into space. They were just orbiting Earth.
Oxygen supply.
So that if they
Nope.
would have had
Fuck
spacesuits, they would have lived.
Yeah.
So they were taken away, and then because of this incident, spacesuits were reintroduced back into the Soviet space program. Now this one was the tragedy at the Plesetsk Cosmodrome. It's basically a launch pad. So this happened in 1980. Before launch, the rocket was checked and no defects found. However, during refueling, a fire broke out and tons of fuel began to burn. Fortunately, the workers at the launch pad managed to remove the fuel trucks from the area. Otherwise, the tragedy would have been even worse. Officials said 44 people died in the fire and more later succumbed to their injuries. The state commission blamed those in charge of fueling, but 16 years later, an independent commission exonerated them, claiming that the true reason for the fire was the materials used in fueling filters. So that's another one they tried to hide. But then in 1991, when the Soviets broke apart, a lot of stuff actually came out that the Soviet Union was trying to keep under wraps. This one's the worst. This is the Netherlands disaster. This happened in 1960, one of the earliest incidents. I saved the best for last. 2 minutes before the planned launch, the missile's engine started on its own and caused a fire. Problems in the fuel supply system had been discovered a few days before the tragedy, but were not properly fixed. This thing was allowed to go on according to planning.
Reminds me of something.
Yeah, sounds like the Columbia.
There was a number of clear violations and safety rules. As a result of the incident, the launch pad was flooded with tens of tons of missile fuel. Now, keep in mind, missile fuel burns at 5,000 degrees.
That's how the
Now, does
Twin
missile-
Towers fell down.
Does missile fuel like
Fly a shuttle into Trade 1.
does missile fuel?
But makes the metal malleable.
It's less. I'm assuming it's less flammable than like gas. Like if you throw a match on it, I'm assuming it's not going to catch on fire.
No, it definitely will catch on fire.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very, very flammable, and it burns very, very hot. And that's what you need for rocket fuel, to get that burn, to get that projection.
Yeah.
So many of the people nearby were burned alive. It is thought that no fewer than 78 people died in the mishap. Cameras installed on the pad automatically turned on after the engine's launch and recorded people in flames trying to flee the scene.
Oh.
Rumors say that some of the ground crew fleeing were lit on fire from the heat as they ran away as temps reached over 3,000 degrees.
I bet the camera on that ship was better than the one at the Pentagon.
Yeah, the one that
camera?
shows like
That's sad.
You see a blip, nothing, and then there's a flame. No, this one
happened. Totally not a cruise missile.
This one recorded everything from a distance. You can see people fleeing a humongous fireball, and they're falling down. They're smoking as they're running away and catching on fire. So they're not
hot.
They're not on fire.
It's one hell of a barbecue.
Are on fire.
Yeah.
So
Comrade.
these are some just
Comrade.
very simple, quick facts about these are how many astronauts each country has sent to space. We lead the way with supplied astronauts, with 339 U.S. astronauts, with 100. Russia bringing up that in second with 117. So I mean, like they're not even
Close.
not even
half.
Not even half. They're right.
Or third.
Yeah. Are they? They're over half. No, they're like 2 or 3 away from being at our halfway point. Japan brings up third with 12. And then
China have.
Germany and China with 11. So
They only have 11?
11
You would think
apiece.
Germany would have more.
Germany and China with 11 apiece. And then France with 10. So this is another very interesting thing. I started looking at the technology behind a space suit. And the reason, so when they first sent up cosmonauts into space, they were really complaining of like sunburn. And that's why they have gold, real gold on the space helmet.
Visor.
Yeah, because a
That's
spacesuit.
straight gold foil.
Yes.
Nice.
So, and then actually the shield is a ballistic shield too. So it's
If stuff hits.
yeah, well, if stuff hits it, obviously they have a pretty good chance of surviving a little hit, but to the direct face mask. But it has to be that way and thick for insulating properties. The spacesuit is super, super thick because it's either so cold in space, and I have those numbers. In temperatures around the International Space Station ranges from 250 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 250 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on whether it is facing towards or away from the sun.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is super cold in outer space.
because I heard that you could survive actually for a few seconds.
I imagine you could survive that
You'd
for a
just
few
swell up,
seconds.
though, wouldn't you?
No,
Don't you expand if you're outside of space with no suit?
no.
I thought so, but I
won't
don't think it's
expand.
like that.
I don't think you just expand. I think.
Sure you do.
Well,
You
regardless,
I don't know.
You
you're
got like
gonna
You're
you're
dead.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
you die.
either cook slowly or you're
just
gonna
frozen.
freeze slowly. So I think you could if
I
you
think you got 10 seconds.
let's say you go like this, hold your breath.
I don't think you can hold your breath.
No, you have to let
No,
all
no,
your air out.
Well, it's a
Because
vacuum. I don't know
there's
if
a
it's a
chance-
negative vacuum or a positive
There's a chance
vacuum.
your lung would just explode. I think they'd be pressed flat
You
almost.
think so?
Not if you're Princess Leia.
Or if you're fucking
She
what's
survived.
what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, but he wouldn't. He was only half.
If you try to hold your breath, your lungs would rupture.
Okay,
So you have to let your air out.
so you have to let it. Anyways,
That's the worst feeling though. Not like
Yeah, you'll due to low pressure, the boiling point of your body fluids decreases below your body's normal temperature. This means your fluids will start to form gas bubbles and you will swell up.
okay.
But you won't explode. You just stretch
so.
out.
You got like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
to
it
get
said
out
after
of it.
15 seconds you'll pass out.
Okay, so, but still,
And then
this
you
is why a spacesuit has to. They have to be oxygenated. They have to be like they have an HVAC system to keep it hot or cold, and they also have to be pressurized. So, take a guess on this one, Alex. I've already heard your guess of $12 million for a spacesuit. So, an American spacesuit. What do you think it costs? Now that I told you you're way too low. regardless of way too low, what do you think a spacesuit would cost?
Are we talking about EVA suits?
I'm just going to say spacesuit because I don't know
Just
what
like-
EVA suit is.
Just like I guess, just like a
the-
generic astronaut suit.
Like the suit that you would be going out into space doing work on the space station?
Probably.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's
50,
say that.
50 million.
Okay, 50 million. What you got, Chris?
23 million.
Okay, Thomas.
I'm gonna say like 90 million.
Okay,
That's a lot for a spacesuit, Thomas.
Well,
okay.
Fuck it, we throw numbers.
they charge more for less.
Okay. Here it is. I did two different. I could not believe this number at first, so I went to another source, and it definitely backed it up. And it's still so hard for me to believe this. You guys are way the fuck off.
What?
But yeah, and then even they say that the Russian spacesuits can cost upwards of this too. An American spacesuit can cost upwards of $250 million.
Oh, your apologies, sir.
I told you they pay more for less.
And they're custom made for each astronaut.
Right.
And all that technology that I just told you about, they're surviving space. I mean, there's a filtration system. There's a bladder. There's a system for you to use the bathroom in it. Wow. I mean, it's a large piece of equipment that is super expensive. So, and like I said, the Russians spend almost that much on their spacesuits as well.
Damn.
So those are, and now that incident that I talked about, the Netherlands disaster, you can go on YouTube and you can see that video that happened in 1960. It's not that graphic. You see people catching on fire and running away, but those are things that you can see.
Comedy Central special, the roast of the Netherlands disaster.
You really made me notice how dangerous space is.
It's very, very, very dangerous.
Like somehow,
And expensive.
if you get to Mars, you could just have like a helmet, and I think you could have bare skin.
Well, you still need a breathing apparatus,
But
so
if
you
you-
could have a thinner suit, maybe,
Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they have some sort of atmosphere
Like,
on Mars.
But I think you could have bare skin.
For a little while.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
For radiation poisoning.
Yeah, you'd probably get
Or
cancer.
UV rays.
Yeah, the
Like
atmosphere.
If you had a cave,
Yeah, you can be fine.
yeah, you have a snorkel. and
Well,
just
it'd
chill in a
be
cave.
very cold in the cave. You need that sunlight to a
Temperatures
degree.
would be terrible at night.
Yeah, it'd be. I'm gonna pass it over to you, and I'm gonna find out how cold it is on Mars.
We'll do some quick facts. Just something like little tidbit trivias, you know.
All right.
So there's a black hole that's just hurtling through space at 5 million miles per hour.
Yeah.
Is it
What?
is it the small one?
It's breaking from its own. I can't remember which one it is, but they found it in 2017.
I'm gonna guess that we created it with the hydrogen whatever collider,
Probably.
and then you know how our solar system's spinning this way, it's going that way or something
Yeah.
crazy,
It's breaking away from its galaxy though, and it's just
breaking away.
hurtling through. Just eventually, just be a
heading.
black hole.
Break on through to the other side.
Because most galaxies, that's why they spin. Obviously, is there's a black
Yeah,
hole
it
in the
revolves
center.
around a black
Well,
hole.
they say there might be one in our galaxy.
There is.
There is
Okay,
in the
okay.
center of
Yeah.
our galaxy.
Yeah.
But this one's just going to
It's
be on.
speculation, though.
You don't know for certain. You can't really. They only just photographed the first one, like last year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
The
looked
X-rays.
blurry and all that.
Yeah.
So
The
There's
black
so many-
holes are just fascinating.
They
black
are.
old
Like the
sun.
whole, yeah.
There's a void
Won't you
of
come?
nothing. Wash away the rain. I had a black sun.
Sun.
Playing the NBA. That's a callback to episode 2. I think.
yes.
But can you imagine that? Like, so you see galaxies and you know there's a black
Yeah.
hole in the center of them.
Yeah.
But this one's just a black hole just yeeting across the fucking
just like,
universe.
whoa,
Yeah.
just sucking
Awesome.
everything in.
Can you imagine if it just happened to come through us? We
Yeah,
wouldn't
fucking
know
just-
about it.
Zoop.
Yeah.
We'd be dead.
Yeah.
You can't see it coming.
So,
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
I saw.
Passing through
I did
it.
see a thing about Andromeda is coming toward Milky Way, and it's going to collide.
And that's a black hole.
Yeah,
Andromeda's.
Andromeda. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
Two-
huge.
two huge galaxies.
You can't even fathom how
Yeah.
big they are.
Like if this table was the Milky Way, we're like this little dot here. That's our solar system. And Andromeda's another one that's the same size as this table, and they're both going to crash into each other. And form
Maybe.
one mega,
Maybe, right?
We're talking like billions of years.
like a billion years
Yeah,
from now.
yeah.
Like humans will be dead by that point.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Have COVID-38. and
Or
everybody
Elon.
die.
Something,
Elon's going to take us to another planet and save us all.
Be COVID cougars.
I think
what we
if
call it.
anything, it'll be like AI that survived.
Yeah, it will
Upload
be.
our subconscious into
It will be.
That's the only. I think that's the only way we can do space flight.
And I think Elon's going to upload his subconscious into something so he can live on forever.
I think so.
I watched Westworld last night. It's trippy.
Oh, I haven't